Hi, how you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, Quantasy. Quantasy, your quantum odyssey to an art-fueled life. What is an art-fueled life, after all? I mean, to me, it means a life that is driven by our passions. For most of us, it's art, so I just made it art. But I could have called it a passion-fueled life. But, you know, we're artists, so screw everybody else's passions. Welcome to the replay. If you're watching in the replay, let me know that you're here in the replay. Just you put a hashtag. Hashtags are my favorite, but you can comment without the hashtag. I won't, yell at you or anything like that. I will mock you in private. I will talk to my dog and be like, look at this one. Forgot the hashtag. I do it all the time. She doesn't care because she doesn't speak English or know anything about my Facebook group, but I do it. And so put the hashtags if you don't mind. If you're watching live, then you can start commenting, and you can comment the whole time I'm doing my spiel. I'm going to ignore all the comments, and then I'm going to come back at the end of my thing, and I'm going to read all the comments because that's how I do it. Crimson is here. I'm here, LOL. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. And Kelly is here. You made it. That's great. I'm very happy that you made it. Because I probably would have just not even done it if you weren't here. I mean, what's the point, really? Christina is also here. Hello, Bobby. Hello, everyone. There you go. That's the way to do it. And that's all so far. So if you're joining live, you can comment the whole time, as I said. And yeah, we're at 2 minutes, so let's get started. Christina, you got to get off my screen. Come on, get out of here. All right, let's go. The comfort of 3D. The comfort of 3D. This one is about comfort zones. So 3D to me is just this human adventure life that we're on, this 3D space-time world that we have created. We are spiritual beings on a human adventure, wearing our amusement park theme park pants, and we're doing the thing, and that's the game of life. But man, we made an amazing game. Imagine playing a video game that was so real you forgot you had a life with, a job and kids and dogs and whatever the heck you got, right? Imagine that video game was just so amazing. That's what we created here. That's my premise for most of my lives, is that this life we are living on Earth is a game that we have created. It's like this virtual reality game that is so amazing. I can touch things, I can feel things, so many textures and tastes and sights and sounds and smells. Oh my God. It's amazing. It's addicting. It's unbelievable. Like, why are we so addicted to this world that we have created? It's just unbelievable. I think we made it that unbelievable because we wanted to play a game. And if you know that it's just a game, then it's really not a game, So we come here, we get amnesia, we forget who we are, we forget that we're this, and we're slowly remembering, and we're like, I think, and I forget some days, and then I forget, and then I remember, and then I go, oh my God, I forgot that. And that's what we do, But we get so enthralled, so hypnotized by all the five senses that we have. I just want to touch things, right? And taste things and eat stuff and look at stuff and hear things and listen to music and all that amazing, amazing stuff. But it's so enthralling that sometimes we get hooked on it and we end up getting very comfortable in our ways. We get into ruts, we get into grooves with it. And being so three-dimensionally, five senses focused kind of puts us in a comfort zone that works against our bigger desires, because our bigger desires are expansion. And expansion's not fun when you could be, sitting on the couch or just paying attention to the five senses. But expansion requires us to pay attention to all those other senses that we know we have. 6 senses, please. We have like 1,000 senses, and you know it. We can sense and feel and just all these things, but we just don't give them, we give them weird scientific names or woo-woo names or names that other people make fun of. Right? But we all have it, and you know that you do. we can listen to music, but why does music make us feel something? Am I listening to music and tasting it? No, I'm listening to music and I'm feeling it. Right? What is that feeling? That's not one of the five senses. What is it? So anyway, let me talk about the reason we get stuck in our comfort zones, and I have three, whoop-de-doo, and a lot of the reasons are also going to be, the way out of it is work, obviously, but the reasons we're stuck in it is because it's easy. And here they are. Number one is because our five senses are freaking amazing. They're just unbelievably amazing. There is no glitch in the Matrix ever. It's just unbelievably amazing. It's amazing to look at things and to see things we can even recreate things like I can see your art and get the same feeling as if I were looking at it in real life, looking at it on Facebook. Yes, sure, if I saw things in real life, then I would see the textures more and maybe not the exact same feelings, but you can still convey the overall feeling of your art through these digital mediums that we're playing in, as if we were in the same room and you just showed it to me, or made me listen to you play the song or listen to the recording. I can still get that stuff. Us artists, we have that superpower to use our five senses to tap into the bigger senses. And that's what I love about us in art. But we have to do it through the five senses. We can't create art that's just the feeling that you get. You're not going to get that feeling from music without the sound of the music first. You're not going to get the feeling of the painting without the visual aspects of the painting. Food isn't going to make you feel a certain way unless you can taste it or smell it, all of these things. So we need to satisfy the five senses first in order to kind of get into the broader feelings. And a lot of times we just get stuck in the conduit. The five senses are a conduit to the bigger feelings. I like that. I didn't think of this until just a second. The five senses are a conduit to the bigger feelings. It's how we tap into that. But a lot of times we go into the conduit, the tunnel, the bridge, say it's a bridge. And we're on the bridge. We're like, this bridge is awesome. I'm just going to hang out here. I got a couch. I got Netflix. I got sex. I got food. I'm awesome. Let's just do it right here. And that's all we want, It's amazing. And number two, it's automatic. We can't help it. We can't turn them off. We can't turn off the five senses to get into the bigger feelings. We can do tricks to kind of get us there a little bit. That's what a lot of the energy work that we do is for. Meditation, getting in the flow state of your artwork, or doing something that kind of takes your mind out of the everyday grind or out of the paying attention to the five senses so that you're just in that zone. But they're still there, and for the most part, most of the time during our days, when we're doing anything at all, the five senses reign supreme. They are automatic. You can't open your eyes and walk down the street without seeing things. We hear things whether we want to or not. We can pay attention to certain things more, but we hear things. I'm not talking about listening, I'm talking about hearing, right? We see things. Whether we're looking at them or not, we can still see them. They're right there. I can see my books over there. I can see this light. I can see the microphone. Our brains are wired for the five senses. The brain just wants to soak all that in and be like, this is awesome. It's awesome. I'm just, look at that, and feel this, and taste that, and right? And your brain just wants to pay attention to that. And it's automatic, so it's right there. It's a never-ending flow. It's a constant feed of data for us to just feast on forever and ever, constantly. The heart, however, wants to tap into this stuff, and that takes work, and that's what energy work is for. So why do we get stuck in the comfort of the 3D? It's because it's amazing and automatic. But how do we get out of it? It takes work. We have to actually sit down and be like, I'm going to stop paying attention to this amazing crap and get into the amazing crap, right? The amazing stuff is out here, but we are so enthralled by this that we sometimes forget to go out there. You know what this is, right? That's like source, the universe, the universal powers. The heart is our tool to access that, but we have to actually remember to use it. We don't have to remember to use our brains. We just open our eyes and be like, I'm seeing. We don't have to be like, why is it so dark? Oh, I forgot. Let me open these things. No, we just do it. Right? The brain is automatic. The heart requires intention and deliberateness. And number 3 is the 5 senses are addictive. They're just addictive. We get instant gratification from them. Everything is instantaneous and it's unreal. It's amazing, automatic, and addictive. It feels good now. It tastes good now. It looks good now. It sounds cool now. And we're addicted to the immediacy. But, oh wait, let me get into my heart space so I can get that bigger thing and get the life that I want. It's not happening now. I could be doing something and get it now. And so we trade the longer term goals and desires of out here for the immediacy of right here. Ooh, that feels nice. That's cool. I like this. But if somebody said to you, hey, hey, you're gonna hang out for the rest of your life and on a couch and watch Netflix. That's all you're going to do. You're going to be really, really comfortable and have all the ice cream you want. But that's it. That's all you're gonna do is the comfort stuff. You'd be like, no, that is not what I want at all. My heart isn't singing for that. My dreams and my passions aren't about that. But your dreams and your passions are out here. But the 5 senses are right here. They're going, forget that stuff. You can do this. Eat this food. Don't work out. Eat the cookie. Tastes good now. You work out, you gotta wait like a year or months or whatever until your body looks different. Who wants to do all that shit? No. Eat the cookie now. It goes right on the tongue. It's like, it's amazing and addictive. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. Let me see what you people have to say. This one is about being stuck in the comfort zone. And the point is we want to push ourselves out of our comfort zones. That's the point of this. This one is why we're stuck in our comfort zone. But how do we push ourselves out? It takes deliberate effort. Deliberate effort. You have to recognize, you have to be self-aware enough to know that I'm in the comfort zone. You have to recognize that the comfort zone is great sometimes. There's nothing wrong with it. We created this for a reason. But you have to also remember that in order to get out here and get what you really, really want out of life, requires you to get your ass off the couch, put the ice cream away, and go do the thing. Go do the deliberate work that's going to take time to manifest. Don't want to do that. Let's see what we got. All right. Hello, Bobby and everyone. Good evening, says Haley. Hi, Haley. How are you? Ray is here. Hi, Ray. Happy birthday. Today's Ray's birthday, everybody. So, wish her a happy birthday. Good evening, furry little being. Now she doesn't even type it anymore. It's just thank goodness it's like not, furry little urban being. I'm not like a flub, right? I don't know. Good evening, FLB and the rest of you hooligans. Yeah, I got it. Happy birthday, Ray. I can be seen in green. Hello, Robin. Nice to see you. And Kelly is here. Wow, the ruts. Yes, because I've traveled that path and it gets me stuck. So climb out of the rut. It's going to jostle my cart, but then I'll be on the high road. Yeah, and a lot of times we don't know we're in a rut until we're in it for a while, We don't realize that we're in that rut until we're seeing the same crap go by and we're like, oh, that again, I'm having that problem again, I'm having that issue again, I'm dealing with that thing again, and it's like because it seems when you're in a rut, it feels like you're stuck, like you're not going anywhere, nothing's changing. Right? It could be that things are happening again. It's like I recognize all this because I've been here before. Or it could just be that it can also appear to be that nothing's changing. It's like it's been like this for weeks now. It's been like this for decades now. And I can't get out of this. It's always the same thing. Truth is, it's not always the same thing. You're recreating the same thing over and over again. You could easily recreate something else, but by easily, I mean hard. You got to do a lot of work. You're recreating the same thing because you're taking the really simple, easy path. It's simple to get out of the rut. It's not easy. It's easy to stay in the rut because easy means I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay here and I'm just going to feel the same way and I'm going to do the same shit and I'm going to just, keep being comfortable instead of doing the more difficult work, the hard work of doing my energy work, of meditating every day, of doing whatever you want to do for energy work. It takes dedication, it takes consistency, it takes effort, and it takes intention to get out of the comfort zone and into the really amazing stuff. But, Netflix. So what are you going to do? Now, by the way, I love Netflix, and I'm not saying I just use Netflix as a scapegoat because, there's nothing wrong. If you have a Netflix account and you're like, I better cancel my Netflix, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to cancel your Netflix, never watch TV. We're allowed to have our guilty pleasures. We're allowed to do things. I drink wine. I watch my iPad at night, and I hang out with my kids. I do the things that I'm not constantly like hustling and working. That's not what it's about. But I make sure that I put in about an hour to 2 hours of energy work every day. And I do that because that's my dedicated time. That's my gift to myself. Think about it that way. I don't have time to do it. Well, give yourself a gift, the gift of time. I'm going to give myself the gift to get out of my comfort zone, even if it's only for 15 minutes. And then maybe next week it's 20 minutes. And then maybe now I figured out, well, if I didn't do that and I didn't do that, I could do it for 30 or 40 minutes. And then the next thing you know, you're doing it for an hour. And I just kind of got into that habit where I won't even start my day until I do it. I won't. I don't do the exact same thing every day, but I do something. And otherwise, I can't do this. It won't flow. Haley says, wait, did I skip any? No. Hey, Haley, I lost it. No, you was already there. Haley says, the universe likes to play, and when we play too, it's more than a joy, it's more than amusing, it's an adventure, a journey. Yeah, the universe does like to play. So imagine that the universe is that roller coaster right in the amusement park, but our comfort zone is just sitting on the bench eating popcorn. There's nothing wrong with sitting on the bench and eating popcorn at the amusement park, but you would never buy the day pass to the amusement park. Get all the rides for one low price, right? And get the wristband or the thing or, whatever. You would never do that and then just go and be like, where's the bench? And sit on the bench and eat the popcorn. I'm not moving. This bench is so comfortable. That's what we do. We couldn't wait to get here, get to this amusement park, and then be like, wow, it is so amazing. Look at all the stuff. I'm just going to sit here and look at it. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to live my dream of going up and down the roller coaster. I'm just going to watch the roller coaster go by and look at those people on it and be like, man, I wish I could be one of them. That's what we're doing. We're benching ourselves. The universe wants to play with you. And you're like, come on, get off the bench. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I got popcorn. That doesn't mean you can't have popcorn. But have you ever walked through the grocery store and try and act normal when the universe is still playing, or do you laugh out loud? Yeah, I take it with me everywhere. I don't really care, But I don't know. I am of this attitude that I don't really care who looks at me or anything like that. I don't really do, I don't like frolic around the grocery store or anything like that. Just got a visual of that. But, it's like if something if I'm in a really great mood, it's going to be obvious to people around me. If I'm frolicking and playing with the universe, then I don't care. I do it out loud. Ray says thank you, and all the rest of you who sent wishes and hugs. Hi, Crimson. I'm trying to get in touch with all of my 5 senses at once more often, because I've noticed that when I'm not focused on all 5, I end up in a rut, and after I connect all my senses, my heart is more ready to open up to flow. That's really interesting. I had not considered that. Maybe so here's what I'm getting from what you just said. That when you're tapped into all 5 of them at once, like literally at the same time, that you can, that connects you to your heart. That's really, really interesting. That could be that could be some energy work right there to kind of tap into that in a way. Maybe just the awareness of it. It's not like you have to be listening to music and watching a cool movie and like smelling flowers and eating food and what's the other one? touching things, right? At the same time. I don't know. Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean. But like, how do you do all 5 at the same time? But really, that's pretty amazing. I like that. What I'm getting from this is I'd really have to think more about this before. But I'm gonna try and do it on the fly here. What I'm getting from it is that when you're tapped into all five, they kind of connect. Maybe that creates like a really good energy frequency around you, and do you remember, some of you might not remember this, but months ago I talked about the Dr. Joe stuff where I was talking about the matching the frequency of your heart and your brain, right? And that Dr. Joe teaches that our brains have a certain frequency, and you can imagine it as like a wave around you, like literally around. Imagine a circle around your entire body, spreading out, but instead of just a flat line circle, it's like a wave. And your heart has one too. And a lot of times what happens is the brain one is like this and the heart one is like this, and they're not in sync, they're not in coherence, he calls it. And so what I'm getting from Crimson's comment is that when she's tapped into all five of her senses, maybe what that does is it soothes the brain so that the energy wave of the brain around her is in coherence with her heart. And when they are in sync, when they are flowing together, it becomes way more powerful. You're projecting your heart's desire out into the universe, and it's reflecting back to you. And that's when life is really amazing. And you're figuring out a way to do it along with the five senses. I was talking about maybe bypassing them or looking past them, but you're saying, no, you don't have to look past them. Just incorporate them into the thing. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. You know what? Monday I'm doing this one all over again, and I'm saying that. I'm booting you out of the group. This way it was all my idea. And then I'm teasing. Christina says, moving out of the comfort zone requires growth, and growth can be scary. But as it goes, what scares you for the most part is probably the universe saying, do this thing here. Yeah, absolutely. That's why the comfort zone is comfortable, because it's not scary. Growth and expansion is scary because it's going down that dark path. You are the light. You got to go down the dark path. There's no dark path in the comfort zone. I've been everywhere. I know where everything is. I got the things here. Everything's fine. I'm good. I don't need anything else. The universe is like, nah, that's not why you came here, pal. You got to expand. Get your butt, boom, down that dark path. It's scary. I promise you will love this thing here, and the universe gives us opportunities to move out of our comfort zone. It does. The universe will get you out of the comfort zone. That's why over time, that rut, that being in the comfort zone will start to feel stuck. It'll start to feel like a rut. It won't be fun anymore. It won't be comfortable anymore. It won't be enthralling anymore. That's why we can't. There's always going to be that day where it's like, I got nothing to do today. I could just plop my ass on the couch and watch TV or a movie, or just hang out, or whatever thing is your thing. So just like turn off your brain and forget the world. Like, that's fun for a day or a week on vacation or whatever. But you wouldn't want your whole life to be that, because after a while you would just be like, oh my God, I gotta do this again. It's like I would rather put pins in my eyes than have to watch another movie. You know what I'm saying? And so the universe eventually just makes it so that you can't wait to taste something new or experience something new. Good. You guys are smart. The human adventure. How many times does history repeat? The broken record and the rut. Probably a very good reason us X-Men need to rise more than ever. And believe me, we are, for sure. Yeah, we definitely are. The broken record, right? That's what it is. It's like it's fun for a little while, the comfort zone, and then it just becomes mundane, and then it becomes boring, and then it becomes depressing. It's like you don't want to be stuck in the same place forever. We were created to move and expand. Yes, awareness, all senses on standby, like a child that doesn't want to sleep in case they miss something. Right? Kids get it. Kids are in it. Yes, the awareness of the senses. I do this when meditating. It does open up the energy and put things in sync. You're spot on. So you meditate and you focus on all five of your senses. I really like that. That's a cool thing, whatever. Practice. I like it. Nice. Thanks for sharing that. Oh. I can't even make it smaller. Oh my God, Robin, you crack me up. I can't. I can't. Even... Oh God. All right. Okay, I guess this just now rings a bell with me in terms of what I may be trying to do right now, and it's not exactly easy. Like, I'm trying to break away from the digital long enough to get back to some semblance of painting and doing mixed media stuff after a long time, and I'm out of practice. And sometimes when I'm doing non-digital and I get to a stop point, I drift back to my comfort zone on the iPad and digital. Previously, the digital zone was the difficult thing for me because I didn't have the competence, which took 4 years of experimentation and practice to achieve, and I'm still learning. The digital zone is now my comfort zone when previously it was my nemesis. So now the reverse is in play. That's interesting, right? So painting, creating my hand became the current nemesis, which will take discipline and practice to once again overcome. Like you say, we're having to do our source work. Yeah. That's interesting that the reverse became true. I don't really know what to say about that other than that's cool. Maybe try practicing what Crimson said. You know, like I don't know. Is it your nemesis though? It's like I don't know. That's like the one word that popped out at me. Sometimes I don't. I again, I'm not picking on you, but it's like it's. I know you're just being dramatic, but it's a good comment. I'm just gonna move on. I don't know what to say. Soon Bobby might be peeking over another fence. Heidi ho, neighbor. That was funny. Late but listening now. Hi Dagmar, how are you? Wonderful to see you. Hope you're feeling better. Those of us who have good imaginations know what using all the senses can do and know how to do it. Yeah. So let's take Crimson's thing for a minute and apply it to what Robin and Ray just said, because Crimson's thing is using your five senses. In her meditation, she'll tap into all five senses so that they're in sync, so that and that gets her into a flow state. I really like that. Robin, you could probably try doing that if you're feeling like you're stuck in one kind of art and you can't get to the other one because your comfort zone just drags you back to the one that you've gotten into this rut about. Then maybe tap into those. And maybe try tapping into other senses. Maybe the digital is creating something for you that the practical is not, and vice versa, which is why they kind of flipped on you. I don't know. You know, maybe try a third one and try one that you've never tried before, so that if you're like music or something, or you know, or whatever, and then if you're just focusing your senses on trying to get into this new thing, you don't have to master it. You know, you don't have to I'm gonna learn the violin, right? You don't have to master it. You don't have to become a world-renowned violinist or anything. You don't even have to become good, but maybe you can just sort of practice it as a way to, let me focus on a different one of my five senses, or let me try practicing all of my senses, because when I do the practical one, all I'm doing is tactile and visual, you know, maybe the smell of the material that you're using, but that's all. You're not tasting it probably, you know what I mean? So, but then the digital one is probably mostly visual, or maybe it's visual and audio depending on what you're creating. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're doing different senses, and you can even try something that's completely, what I'm not doing at all is audio. I'm not doing hearing at all. Let me try that for a little while, and then both of the other ones come out of your comfort zone. I don't know. It might be interesting, and tying it into what Ray said, because we have the imagination to do this. Is it right? I don't know. Let's make it right, right? Bravo, Robin. Yeah. I wasn't so sure of the word nemesis, but couldn't find the exact word I wanted. I know, yeah, I'm not picking on you about it. It was just it's just sometimes I feel that when I'm reading comments, either on the lives or in the group, that certain words that people choose to me stand out, and I feel an energy from them that's making me think, wow, if you just changed the way you said that, it could change what's happening for you. You know, the fact that it was like a nemesis to you made it seem almost insurmountable instead of a challenge. You know, a nemesis is like out to kill you. A challenge is just like there's a thing on the road and I gotta find a detour or something. You know what I mean? It's a very different thing, but really that's what you're describing, as opposed to a nemesis that's in some sinister way out to get you. You know, not just a roadblock, but like a roadblock that's chasing you, you know? Christina, usually when I paint, I have to listen to music, otherwise I can't focus enough. Yeah, I'm similar. I have to have different things going on. It's like if I'm drawing, I'll listen. If I'm drawing or writing or something like that, I'll listen to music. But obviously, if I'm editing video, I can't. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes I'm editing video, but the audio part of the video is irrelevant, so I'll mute the audio of the video and I'll just have music on in the background. Or maybe the audio is just me talking and it's not music. I can't, if I've got a music bed and the music playing, and then I've got two things of music going on at the same time, and that's not good. But if it's just me talking, I can play my music in the background kind of low and just kind of hear it and feel it. And I can do the video editing that way. And that's the last comment. So, Christina, you have the booby prize as of this moment. Donna's not here to snatch it from you, so you're in good shape right now. I'm just going to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with me today. Today's Saturday, so tomorrow is Sunday, that means, and I won't be doing a Daily Fuel. We'll return on Monday. And no, wait, time out. Who's that? Oh, Dagmar. Whoa, Dagmar and Robin. But Dagmar first. Dagmar, need for safety, cocoon moments. I'm going through a deep out of comfort phase right now. Yes, the dark I want to paint, draw needs to find a way out. I'm not used to drawing such pain and horror, so it feels like a portal opening up. I'm not hiding, but I do also need for rest, safety, a cocoon. That's interesting. As long as we're feeling how we use the comfort zone to nurture like a safe spot to reflect. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Hang on. I'm going to pause you right there because the comfort zone is not the cocoon. The cocoon is you being in touch with yourself, with your higher self, with your inner self, with your true authentic self, and noticing what I need right now to continue my expansion journey is a cocoon moment. I need that right now. The comfort zone is, this cocoon is comfortable. I don't need it anymore. It's almost like you broke your leg, so you got a cast. That's the cocoon moment. But now it's like, that cast is really cool. I'm just going to keep it on for the rest of my life. You don't need it anymore. You need it for however long you need casts, and then you get rid of it. And that's that. You wouldn't keep it forever, but that's what we do. It's like we get into that cocoon, and then we don't want to leave because at first it's necessary. But then it's like, it's not necessary anymore. I don't need to be here anymore. You're not at that stage yet. You need to be there. So definitely go in there and do your healing and do everything you need to do in there. When the time comes, if you're doing your energy work, you will know at some point, even if you're not doing energy work, you're going to know. You're just going to ignore that. But if you're doing your energy work, you'll be self-aware enough to not ignore it. And you'll be like, if I'm being honest with myself, I don't need to be in this cocoon anymore. It has now become a comfort zone. So you have a cocoon, good. Comfort zone, not good. Comfort zone is just like, I'm too scared to leave now, but it's time to leave. Cocoon is not that you're too scared to leave. You can't leave. It's time to be in here. So I hope that helps. Really good comment. Thank you for that. All right. So as long as we're feeling how we use the comfort zone to nurture like a safe spot to reflect. Yes, absolutely. Or to hide and block yourself. A bear needs the winter sleep. Absolutely. A perfect analogy. Imagine the bear goes into the cave to sleep, to hibernate. And then it's just like, it's springtime. It's like, nah, I'm just going to stay in here. The whole year. Not. That's what we do. We don't leave the cave, but the bears got to go out and do whatever bears do. We need the moments of inner productive and the creative outer expression, which seems more productive. Really, really great, Dagmar. Thank you for that. Oh, all right. Well, sorry, Christina. Too many people have commented. You've lost the booby prize. We're not even in booby prize phase anymore. Robin, I know this probably will sound super weird to people because the world is so crazy these days. Yeah, but we're not those people. We're these people. We're us. We get you. We get you completely. I have ADHD, so LOL. So I am always 20 computer tabs open all at once. Not to say it doesn't get exhausting though. Yeah, I hear you. So maybe I don't really I can't speak to that very well or with any level of authority or competence, but I can just imagine that if that's what it's like for you, that you may be on like sensory overload sometimes, and so maybe the sensory, the five senses that you're overloading on, they're not that comfortable, I would imagine. So maybe your energy work might be different than Crimson's. Maybe it's not tapping into them all. Maybe it's just putting them to sleep, or maybe it's quieting them or soothing them or resting them, or closing some of those tabs and closing your eyes and blocking out the sounds. If there's something that you're constantly being bombarded with, if you're always bombarded with sounds, then you want to shut them out for a little while to do your energy work. If you're constantly visually oriented and you're looking at things and you're all the time, then you want to shut them out for a little while. That's why I meditate in the pitch black with my eyes closed and my noise reduction earphones on, and I listen to like a music bed of ambient music or rock music or something heavy, depending on my mood, because I got to change the sensory perception. I have to change the pattern. So maybe that's what you need, Haley. Maybe you need to change that pattern when you do your energy work. 15 minutes a day, an hour a day, 2 hours a day. It's easy with little kids, right? You just do it. But I have to have sound behind while I create, so I have the TV on. The TV's fine too. Whatever. Smell the cookie baking in the oven. See them being pulled out and cooled on the counter. Feel the texture of them. Hear the crunch as you bite into them. Taste the flavor and indulge in the joy of all those senses combining to realize the cookie. Wow, that was cool. I like that a lot, right? That's all the senses combined, as Crimson was saying, to create the essence of the cookie. Why do we love cookies so much? Because they taste great? It's really not just that. Have you ever had cookie flavored things that you're like, right? I love strawberries, but I don't always like strawberry flavored things. It tastes like a strawberry, but it doesn't feel like a strawberry. It doesn't. The eating it doesn't have the same. I don't peel back those green things and take a bite out of the juicy, right? It just tastes like a strawberry, but it's strawberry flavored. Whoop-de-doo. It's fake. It doesn't have that essence of a strawberry. I like strawberries. Robin says sometimes it's news, other times. Robin just has a conversation the whole time, and every time I get to her comment, it's just the continuation. Oh, you crack me up. I love you so much. Robin, sometimes it's news. Other times you have the TV on in the background. That's what this is about. Other times schlock TV, like shock TV, like reality stuff, like Bachelorette or Bachelor Housewives, right? Awful stuff, but mindless. Just background noise so I don't feel alone. Oh, okay. So the extra sensory things are making you feel like you're not all by yourself, not alone, not absolutely. Because sometimes just sitting in a quiet room can get like lonely. I get that. That's perfect. So I don't feel alone, so I can create like I'm doing more than one thing at a time, like I'm multitasking. LOL. Awesome. Yeah, these are all really good ideas. Crimson, I ask myself, what do you see, hear, taste, smell, feel? And then I imagine all things connected to me, and I picture a white light and focus on my breathing, and then my heart opens and I can feel at ease and calm. I practice feeling my energy and I focus on all the energy around me. That's such an interesting process. That's really, really cool. Did you like learn that from somebody? Did you create that yourself? Did you think of it yourself? Did you like happen upon it and realize that's what you were doing one day? Like I've never thought to do that. And I've never heard anyone explain that kind of a process. I really, really like that. Thanks. Lion's Tooth, me too. Also, so many as to coach my device. Ack. Me too, what? Oh, she's got all the tabs open? Is that what you mean? I love that. Of course you do. I'm sure it was something that I said, and you love it. Thank you. Ray Swan is awesome. And Haley says, you will be sad about this, Bobby, but yes, sometimes I have to not look at you and just listen. What? No, seriously, yes, you have to shut a few down, and eyes are the first. I get that. I like the idea that Daily Fuel could even just be an audio show. You know, the video is fine, and I know I do this with my hands and shit like that, but that's not really the, you know, even I feel like the inflection of my voice, it's like if I say like sometimes we're stuck here but we want to be here, like you could just hear that and know what I'm saying without seeing the visual of what I'm doing. Hey Bobby, do you think that the condition of the pineal gland plays a role in our entire frequency? This is how do you pronounce your name? It's spelled Shelby. Is it Shelby? I'm not really sure how to say your name, but do I think that, yes, I'm not an expert in this. I've read Dr. Joe's book, and he talks about the pineal gland a lot. That's the one over here, right? But I really hope that I got that right. Yes, that's it, right? So he talks about that a lot. If you want to learn more about the pineal gland and how that fits into all of this, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it in such agonizing scientific detail that you could read it and study it and become like a pineal gland expert. But in general, he has meditations where if you wanted to, you could focus on the pineal gland. In fact, he has a process that he does in his meditations. If you've ever done any of his guided meditations, he has a process where he'll do a breathing exercise that's very active. It's not comfortable. It's not relaxing. It's an active breathing exercise. And what you do is you breathe in a really deep breath, and you start from all the way, you can't see, but all the way down, like by your ass, right, by your sphincter, and you start there and you squeeze it like you're holding in pee, right? You squeeze that, and you squeeze all of that, and you squeeze in your stomach, and you're breathing in, and you're squeezing, and you have to imagine feeling the energy go all the way up your spine. And he'll explain how there's this spinal fluid in your body, and you're literally sucking it up like a straw up to your pineal gland, and it's going up, and you have to imagine it going up your straw, and then you hold it in your head, and it activates that gland. It's pretty friggin' amazing when you do it, so if you Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's amazing stuff. But yeah, the answer to your question, hey Bobby, do you think that the condition of the pineal gland plays a role in our entire frequency? Yes, I do, because I believe him. Not because I know much more about it than what I've learned from him. But that gland, I gotta brush up on it because I haven't been like focusing on his stuff lately, and I've forgotten some of the details of it, and I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong, so I don't want to say too much about it. But maybe I'll look into that, and I'll talk about it more on a future Daily Fuel. And I see down here, LOL, my name is Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Nice to see you here. I'm gonna tag you with a link. As you see, you come up as Facebook user on my screen. I'll tag you later with a link. If you don't mind clicking it, I use Ecamm Live for my lives, and people need to give it permission to show me your face, a profile picture and your name. That's all. No big deal. Robin, Crimson Rose, awesome. I always have such a hard time being calmed down enough to do what you do. Yeah, that Crimson's process takes some work. That takes dedication and intention, what she does. That's a good process for energy work right there, what she does. I just started doing it when I was a teenager as a guided meditation taught to me by a counselor. Nice. and you found something that works. You know, other people might try it and be like, I can't get into this. It doesn't work. Sometimes I try Dr. Joe's guided meditations and I just don't like them. I don't like his voice. I like listening to the man on YouTube and talking and stuff, but when he does his meditations, I don't like it. So I listen to other things. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta find the things that work for you, and sometimes it's trial and error. I love Joe. Yeah, he's amazing. So you already know him. You may know of this from him, and that's why you're asking. But yeah, I know about it too, and it's cool stuff. Good to know. I had wondered. Yes. Pineal gland, guard it like it's your life. The whole world wants to kill it. DMT breathing can't do it. I go into time loops. My mind's eye is too wide open. That's exactly why I throw up doing weed as well. Oh, that's wow. You got some stuff going on. That's pretty wild. You mentioned DMT breathing earlier, and I meant to look it up and learn more about it, and I forgot. So I will. I'll have to do that because I'm interested in learning about that. All right, well, that's the last comment. And so now Haley has the booby prize as of this moment. Christina hasn't even gotten back in the race. She was in the lead for like half a second, and then everybody jumped in and the whole show kept on going. But anyway, let's be done. And I will see you guys, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'll be around a little bit, but Monday we'll be right back into Daily Fuel. Have a good weekend, and thanks, everybody. Haley, you get the booby prize. Bye.